What's up, Ravens?
I'm Avery Meyer.
And I'm Garrett Foster. Welcome to a super spooky edition of ONW Now.
Today we will be covering several stories from this week, including Truck or Treat, Deanna Rose, Dig Pink, and Word from the Halls Halloween edition.
We have no time to waste, so let's roll that intro. October 21st, the Olathe School District had their annual Dig Pink.
This year it was incredibly special because it was hosted by Olathe Northwest. Megan King has more on this meaningful event.
The Olathe School District worked with the Side Out Foundation to put on Dig Pink, a volleyball event involving all 5 high schools that spreads awareness for breast cancer. The event takes a lot of preparation as it has many aspects, such as a silent auction, the honorary walk, and a volleyball tournament. However, all this thorough preparation ensures that the event conveys Side Out's mission.
We want to help change the lives for those living with metastatic breast cancer.
They do this by working within the metastatic breast cancer community and using their research to not only find a cure, but to inform people and spread awareness.
I think it gets the girls involved in just breast cancer awareness. They get to learn more about it. We do have a banquet, and at the banquet we actually have different speakers come in. So we had a couple who were survivors, but we also had a doctor.
Hearing from people that have been impacted by breast cancer helped the players connect with Dig Pink and make the event more meaningful.
The honorary walk is to honor those who have survived breast cancer, who maybe have lost their lives.
I walked in memory of my great-grandmother, Shirley Marshall. I think it's really cool that people can show up and support everyone with breast cancer, and for people with breast cancer to just see there is hope.
There is so much energy and love, I guess, that is showing at these events through the young volleyball players, that it's very inspiring for those that are suffering with breast cancer, and it brings them a lot of hope.
It's cool that all the schools can come together because normally we're competitors, and it's cool that the schools can come together to support a greater cause instead of just being competitive.
This impactful event drew in many people in the community eager to support its great cause.
It just shows the community support for those going through breast cancer and what the night was all about, for research to help those fight their battle.
We appreciate
The
everyone
Olathe
who
School
came out
District
to
worked with the
supporting
Side Out
Dig
Foundation.
Pink. For more information, you can visit the Side Out Foundation's website to hear more about their mission. A program that takes place outside of the ONW walls helps students get a jump on their future. Let's take it to Lucia Vellante for more on this story.
The Olathe Advanced Technical Center, otherwise known as OATC, encourages students to work with their hands and helps them find future careers.
So OATC is where you can learn a trade and see a lot of what you've learned in high school go to work. Especially in here, you see your math actually go to work.
Their programs vary from construction to healthcare and everything in between.
So things such as EMS, avionics, construction trades, culinary arts, and a few others.
So we learn every trade in the construction, from electrical, plumbing, framing, roofing, everything you could ever want in construction.
Having this diverse schooling option is very beneficial for students to get a jump on their future professions, meaning it is also very important to give them a lot of support in their endeavors. That is why Skills USA, an organization that is in close relation with OATC, is hosting an event this Saturday.
The fundraiser, it costs us a lot of money to take everybody down to Hutch, which is where we compete, and we put everybody up at a hotel for about 3 days. And if we win, then we go to Atlanta. So all of that costs a lot of money.
The Fall Festival is fully student ran, with them creating all the different activities and foods.
We're going to have arcade games. We're going to have a pickleball competition. Sign up with a duo.
There'll also be hot dogs, chips, drinks.
It'll benefit everyone in the OATC program to help us with our futures.
Come out to the OATC building this Saturday from 3 to 7 to support your fellow students. For the Raven Network, this has been Lucia Vellante. Now back to the desk.
You can donate this Saturday, November 2nd, at the OACT building to provide students with more opportunities. We have many programs at ONW that prepares kids for the real world, such as the Ecom Graphic Design program. Let's hear it from Eva Herding on how a local jewelry designer applies some of the principles encouraged through the ONW programs.
As things are getting cooler this fall, things are staying warm in Eudora, Kansas with this coastal-inspired lifestyle brand, Spartina 449.
I am a product designer. I'm a vice president of creative. I do product design, pattern design. I design handbags, jewelry.
Megan works primarily in Adobe's digital applications such as Illustrator and Photoshop to create her designs.
I definitely needed to know how to use the tools. You know, in order to do the job, I needed to know how to use the technical tools.
Real-world job skills are practiced right here in ONW, where Ecom's graphic design students are practicing skills people like Megan use every day.
The skills students learn in graphic design are applicable to a lot of different careers, because in almost any career you're going to have to build out a presentation where you have to choose professional color schemes and fonts. So there's lots of applications in the real world context for what we do in our class.
Because of Ecom's graphic design program, high school students are able to get a head start on design education and discover if a career like this is for them.
I was a creative kid. I was always making things. I was drawing, I was painting. And I think my parents were like, what's she gonna do for a living? Like, how do you turn that into a career?
Ecom's graphic design program is actively teaching students the skills to turn their creativity into careers.
One day I got a call from a company that needed a product designer, and I jumped on it, and I've been doing it for 25 years now.
For the Raven Network, this has been Eva Herding.
It's so inspiring to hear people living out their careers that complements their dreams and personalities in such a fictional way.
Hey Garrett, have you heard about the presidential election this week?
Wait, pause. I thought that was next week.
No, ONW's AP government classrooms have had mock presidential elections this past week. Let's take it to Maddie Miner for more.
So with this being an election year, it is a really exciting opportunity to reflect a little bit of what's going on kind of in the outside world with what we're doing in our mock Congress simulation.
AP Government is a semester-long class that seniors take. One of the major things they do is a mock Congress.
So mock Congress is just basically a simulation of our real Congress, just in a high school format.
It's a way that we're able to really, make the stuff that we're learning about in class come to life and really show students how the process works.
With it being an election year, this class means more to some that have the right to vote.
I think it's most important for seniors to do a mock Congress because we will be able to vote. I mean, not all of us, but those of us who are 18 will be able to vote. And a lot of the times voters go in not very informed on, how our government works, and they kind of vote blind. And I think it's really important for us to have that background knowledge before we vote.
If you are a senior who's 18, make sure to go out and vote. For the Raven Network, this has been Madison Miner.
This year, ONW has their very own Science Olympiad program.
This club helps provide students who love science with more opportunities.
Let's pass it over to Aaliyah Lima for more on this club.
The way I describe Science Olympiad is like an academic track meet. So there's lots of different events and the students compete, not in every single event, but different students specialize in different events.
Science Olympiad is a club that allows students to compete with their knowledge in science.
Close enough. Oh yeah, it's like 17 months. What's this all about?
I joined Science Olympiad because I wanted to be around like-minded people who enjoy science and STEM.
It's a great opportunity to not only learn more about science, but also make connections and experience things you wouldn't get to experience in a normal class.
It depends on the person, but for me, I'm in an event called Codebusters, and that's actually led me to discover what I want to do in college, which is major in computer science. So there are a lot of different benefits.
With a team made up of returners and newcomers, they're excited to do well at state this year.
They also get to kind of flex their academic muscles, so to speak, and show off some of the stuff that you don't normally get to see in the classroom.
From the Raven Network, this has been Aaliyah Lima.
Election Day is Tuesday, making your vote count more than ever right now.
Now it's time for the next segment, Game Day.
After our short commercial break, we'll take it to Aubrey and Lucia.
Welcome back to everyone's favorite segment, Game Day, with your two favorite anchors. I'm Lucia Vellante alongside
Aubrey Bertold, and we have a packed show for you today, so let's get into it.
Starting off with our gymnastics team took second at the state championship.
Sophia Beaumont scored 2 perfect 10s on beam and vault and placed first all around, and Emmy Keller placed first on the floor and placed third all around.
Awesome job, ladies.
Our boys soccer team faced off against Lawrence Lions last night.
The boys unfortunately fell short, losing 3-2. Joaquin Wessner scored both goals for both the Ravens.
Thank you, seniors, for a great season.
Our girls cross-country team competed at regionals this past Sunday, and these girls are going to state.
7 girls were able to qualify for the state tournament. Congrats, ladies.
Our boys team had a great run this season, but fell just short to qualify for state. Way to leave it all out there for this season, boys.
Next up, we have our girls volleyball finish up their senior season last Saturday at Sub-State. First, the girls was Shawnee Mission South. The Lady Ravens wasted little time disposing of the Lady Raiders.
Then came the Sub-State Championship against the #1 ranked Blue Valley West Jaguars. The girls fought hard but came up just short. Congrats on the great season, ladies.
Now switching it to the boys in black, our football team played Shawnee Mission West last Friday.
The boys sunk the Vikings ship 45-0 with 2 pick sixes from Riley Jangle. The boys played tonight at Seaback versus Olathe South.
We need everyone to show up in their best costume to support the Ravens.
Now let's send it to Kellen Tuttle about the upcoming football playoffs.
The football team played their last regular season game against Shawnee Mission West last Friday and are preparing for the playoffs.
I just think more people care this year. We have a lot more people that are invested into the team, and there's definitely a lot more energy, and like people actually are excited to go to practice every single day.
The difference at the beginning of the season is now, especially senior, realizing that your games are kind of coming down to the end of it, so you never know when your last game is. So I think just the details and the importance of every single play is going to mean a lot more.
Some of the players already have some experience in the playoffs.
We were very detail-orientated my sophomore year, and it was just the little things that were able to make small plays into big plays. So it's really just the little things.
Obviously, we've had some success in the playoffs and we've had some failures, so kind of known what we did when we had success and then kind of what we did when we had failures, just to know how to succeed and kind of what that feels like.
Some of the players share their thoughts on the regular season.
We should be 6-2. We should have won our first game, but I'm happy with what our record is. I think it's given us a good shot going into the playoffs, and our seed's not really too bad being a 7.
No, I think just leadership overall. Coach Clark kind of emphasized last year we didn't have the greatest leadership ever, so I think this year we emphasized on leadership, and I think that's helped us a lot.
Ravens had a great season and are excited for the playoffs. Make sure you show up and support your Ravens tonight, 7 p.m. at Seaback against Olathe South. This has been Kellen Tuttle from the Raven Network.
Thanks, Kellen, on more about the football playoffs. Let's now take it to Deegan Wessel to talk about the new football transfer, Cole Spriggs.
This year,
Cole Spriggs is a junior who transferred to our school this year with hopes of advancing his skills with our football team.
I wasn't getting along with the coaching staff at North really well, so I was like, I can either stay here for 2 more years and like not be happy with what comes out of this maybe, or I can pick up shop at Northwest. And I had like a lot of friends over here too. So
Cole Spriggs joined us this year on JV due to Keisha rules, but eventually stepped up to varsity.
So I couldn't play the first game because of Keisha rules, but when Merritt got hurt, I was able to fill in for him for a couple weeks.
Making connections on a new football team can be difficult, but the leaders on our team stepped up to make it a little easier for him.
We got a lot of leaders with our seniors. We got 5 good captains, and Jake, Mason, Riley, and Merrick. But I think we can make a deep playoff run. We got a lot of good leaders.
The Ravens are currently 5-3 heading into the playoffs this year and are looking to get further than they did last year. This has been Deegan Wessel with the Raven Network.
Thanks, Deegan. On new transfer Cole Spriggs, and for our last story, let's send it to Ryan Cauda on Merrick's comeback to the field.
After a long but determined recovery, senior captain Merrick is back and more determined than ever. His rehab journey emphasized his love for the game.
I'm really excited to get back and play with my friends again. Been playing with these kids since we were in kindergarten. Really looking forward to playing defense though. Just being able to fly around and make plays and just have the energy back that our defense has kind of been missing.
We've heard about how excited he is to get back on the field. Let's go ahead and take a look at how his recovery process has been since the injury.
It's been really tough. Being told at the start of it that I was not going to be able to come back, and then 2 weeks after that, being able to come back at playoffs is really big for me. There's definitely times and moments where I was really down, but I just tried to stay as close as possible to the team. Main goal is to be able to walk by myself on senior night. No boot or crutches or anything like that, which I accomplished. And then my other goal was to get back for the last regular season game, which was Shawnee Mission West. But after talking to coaches and everything, I wasn't needed during that game, so they said just to get better for playoffs.
With Merrick's renewed strength and determination, he's ready to get back to the field stronger than ever. The boys play tonight at Seaback against Olathe South. Be sure to be there to support the boys. For the Raven Network, this has been Ryan Kojo.
Thanks, Ryan, on Merrick making his comeback.
Well, Ravens, that's all we have for game day. This has been Lucia Volante
and Aubrey Bertold. Let's now pass it back to Garrett and Avery.
Thanks, game day.
If you didn't know, every October 22nd, ONW's chemistry classes celebrate Mold Day in a very special way.
Let's take it over to Avery Meyer for more.
Creative food and explosions were on the agenda of this year's annual Mold Day. Mold Day is an exciting event that happens once a year.
Mold Day is a special day where we get to celebrate the mole unit of measurement in chemistry. The number is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, and this represents like a number of molecules or atoms.
A lot of work goes into pulling off an amazing event like this. Students love Mold Day because they don't only get to learn, but be a part of everything that happens.
One of my favorite explosions, and probably the biggest one, is when we light up all the balloons with different like heliums and like hydrogen and like oxygen, and then we put a candle to it and they all explode.
This has been Avery Meyer for the Raven Network. Now back to the desk. Forward to next year's Mold Day. Hey Garrett, do you have any fall plans coming up?
No, but I heard that Deanna Rose has lots of fun fall activities. Let's take it over to Sophie Rice for more.
The farmstead started in 1978, and it was just a small little playground right here on this end with a little entrance and a few animals.
In the past 50 years, Deanna Rose has grown significantly.
We have almost 300 animals here and playgrounds, and we're always upgrading and building new things. So,
Deanna Rose has two major fall fundraisers that they do to keep the farms running through the cold season.
Pumpkin Hollow is the whole month of October. Ends on Halloween. It goes with the hay ride. It's 10 to 3 during the week, 10 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. So the kids get to ride a hay wagon down to Pumpkin Hollow, play, pick a pumpkin, and then they ride back out up here to our draft horse barn. And then we have Night of the Living Farm, which is the last 2 Fridays and Saturdays in October. We sell out every night when it's not storming or raining. We had a rain out last year one night. So they get to do a lot of things. We have princesses, pirates, and bonfires, and superheroes, and DJ with dancing and 15-foot high glow puppets. And it's a shame it's not year-round, but we have to close down on Halloween and reopen April 1st. It's pretty cold and windy in here in the winter.
Deanna Rose closes for the winter on October 31st as they work to rebuild and make new attractions for the next year. For the Raven Network, this has been Sophie Rice.
Looking for a place to buy pumpkins and enjoy other fall activities this season? Well, Reese Cooper has an idea or two of how you can make your fall and Halloween fun and festive again.
Catch me at Deanna Rose before the fall
For
season.
almost 50 years, Shocky's Pumpkin Patch has been creating memories for all those that visit.
My favorite thing to do here is get pumpkins and eat the popcorn. Pet the cows.
Actually, I was sitting on the cards where like it's specially mentioned not to sit on them. And it was my favorite part.
Now that we've heard from some of the pumpkin buyers, let's hear from the woman who started this.
My brother and I wanted to raise pumpkins for 4-H, so we started raising them when I was 10 years old.
The owner shares with us what her favorite part about working in this family-friendly business is.
Meeting all the people and having them come out, even like they come out and they say, my mom brought me when I was little, and now I'm bringing my little ones, and it's just cool to see that evolve.
One customer had not had the experience of going to a pumpkin patch in a long time.
This is my first pumpkin patch actually since my childhood. So actually it's kind of fun. I got like 3 pumpkins, so I'm gonna carve them once I get home.
For the Raven Network, this has been Reese Cooper.
Catch me at Deanna Rose before the fall season is over, along with some more fall festivities.
On Sunday, October 22nd, the annual Trunk or Treat was held at the ONW South parking lot. Zoe Primavera has more information.
Trunk or Treat, held at ONW, is an event that many clubs, sports, and organizations participate in, decorating the back of a car trunk and giving out candy to those attending.
I'm representing Best Buddies, DECA, and FCCLA. I like going for the candy, obviously, and it's just fun to see all the groups, like how they like decorate their floats and stuff, because all the floats are so different here, but they're really good.
These groups decide and plan a theme for their trunk and purchase decorations to excite the kids attending.
Actually, this is my first trunk or treat, so that's a new experience for me. But as you can see, it's just a good thing, you know, to get a lot of people together. Good for the kids, and yeah, good for the school too.
This event held at ONW is a great way for families to get out and celebrate Halloween early.
My costume is Hermione because I love it so much. I like the monsters. And there was one with a scarecrow, and once you got a piece of candy, it scared you.
For the Raven Network, this has been Zoriana Primavera.
We hope everyone had a great time trunk-or-treating.
Now, for everyone's favorite segment of the show, we have Word from the Halls.
Mary D. Samuelson went around the halls and asked people about their Halloween plans.
What's up, Ravens? We're here with another Word from the Halls Halloween edition. What are you guys being for Halloween?
We're being Soldier Boys.
Probably gonna be a pirate. I'm gonna go as Mr. Chow from The Hangover.
Wait, what are we being again? What's it called?
I'm actually not.
You don't know? Which weekend do you think is Hallow weekend? This weekend or last weekend?
Definitely this weekend.
I think this weekend because it's closer to Halloween.
I'm gonna have to go with this weekend.
This weekend probably.
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
I really like this Sour Patch Kid watermelon thing.
Snickers. I like Reese's.
Gotta say Dots.
What are your plans for Halloween?
We're probably gonna just, I don't know, hang out with friends and have a good night.
Just hang out. Going to the football game.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Ravens, that's a wrap for our show today.
Have a happy Halloween, and we hope to see you all at the first playoff game in your costume.
But don't go yet. If you want to see Jackman and take on the state champ, Mithila Dixon, keep watching. This has been Garrett Foster
and Avery Meyer.
Raven Nation, let's fly.